The fifth battery at home is dead. Homer plans to modify a size 1 battery to make it work. The principal announces over the loudspeaker that he's getting married to Edna this week and plans to honeymoon at the cabin by the lake. He asks the students not to interfere. Just thinking about the principal's face makes Bart burst out laughing. Homer and Marge each took charge of the bachelor parties. For the girls, there was not only delicious food, but also fine wine. Marge was glad to have sent the kids to Grandpa's house, but what she didn't expect was that Grandpa was showing the kids photos of battlefields from World War II. The bachelor party for the men, however, was boring. Homer took the principal to a bar, where they just drank and stared blankly into space like usual. Skinner wanted to go home, but Homer told him to relax. After all, it was the last night of freedom. However, the principal said he didn't know anyone around him. Carl remarked, "The principal is our principal." Still, Skinner refused to drink.
Skinner!
And it was only when Homer insisted that he finally joined in. Meanwhile, the girls had hired Springfield's best male stripper to celebrate Edna. Just when things were getting exciting, the police showed up. They'd received an anonymous tip from a neighbor. Clancy hoped everyone would stop. Marge immediately guessed it was Flanders doing, but with the encouragement of the others, Clancy started making extra money. On the other side, a very drunk Skinner started venting. He felt like he had pre-wedding anxiety. Homer promised to keep the principal's secret. Homer said he would go home after this drink, but the next day, it was all over town. Skinner and Edna's wedding was taking place at Springfield Elementary's gymnasium, and all the parents were attending. Even Lisa could tell that Skinner was already thinking about running away. Homer told Lisa not to worry. He had arranged for Bart to be on guard at the door. The bride arrived at the school by school bus, and the band was provided by Springfield Elementary's own music group. Skinner still wanted to run, which scared Edna. She was afraid that as she got older, she would never feel in love again. When the pastor asked if she would marry Skinner, Edna refused. She didn't want to marry someone who didn't want to be with her. Bart had planned to have a sniper stop the bride, but Nelson couldn't bring himself to harm his own teacher. Although the principal was embarrassed, he was in front of parents, so he reluctantly invited everyone to eat crawfish and then performed a dance he had learned on his own. The next day after school, Marge found Edna and hoped she would change her mind. Marge tried to use her own marriage as an example, but as soon as she thought of Homer's daily behavior, Marge started to have doubts too. Homer was tasked with helping the principal reconcile. Skinner just had to follow Homer's advice. Marge, who had switched sides, was very smooth in guiding Edna.